Hello crafty friends, Jenni Lynn here with quick tip number 7. So I get a lot of questions, should I die cut first or stamp first? I have a quick tip for you today, and I actually learned this from Kathy Zilski. So I want to show you the benefit of die cutting first and then stamping before you color. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Misty. Now you could do this with an acrylic block, and I'm actually not going to use these magnetic bars. And because I'm using red rubber, I do need to take the foam out. If you're using clear polymer, just leave it in there. I'm going to bring in some cardstock and we're going to die cut first. All right, you want to grab your cardstock panel and you want to place your dies down. Make sure that the blade side of the die is facing down onto the cardstock, and then secure your dies with some washi tape. Next, you want to run your dies through your die cutting machine. Okay, after die cutting, you are going to remove not only the die, but also the die cut. And then, of course, replace your die onto the magnetic sheet that we made a little while ago. Once you have all of your die cuts collected and you have the dies back on the adhesive magnetic sheet, you want to get the 2 cutout pages. You want to get some cardstock panels. So I'm going to bring in a Misty. You could try this with acrylic blocks. If you're using red rubber stamps, don't forget to remove the black foam panel from your Misty. If you're using the clear photopolymer, feel free just to leave that in there. Okay. Next, I'm going to line up in my Misty. I'm going to put a piece of cardstock down, or you actually could use copy paper for this particular step. You could use copy paper here. And I'm going to place the panel that has all of my die cut wells. And then I want to secure that so that it does not move. Next, I'm going to take the stamps that coordinate with each one of these wells, and I'm going to place the stamp down in the well. Now, if it's clear photopolymer, it's easy to see whether you're in the center of the well. For red rubber stamps, it's a little bit more difficult, but you can do it. In each of these wells, around the edge of the well, you can see this outer line, and that is just the edge of the die that got impressed into the cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look here at my stamp, and I'm going to use that knowledge, and I'm also going to look at how centered is the actual image. For instance, here is my turtle, and there's a little bit more rubber edge on this side than on this side over here. So his cute little face is a little closer to that edge. So I got to keep that in mind when I'm over here, that even though the stamp is close to the edge, you know, his little face is going to be super close to the edge as well. So I'm going to take all of these and I'm going to place them in their well. I'm going to line them up in the center of the well to the best of my ability. So once I have all of my stamps placed, I'm going to go ahead and close my Misty to pick up all of the stamps. And then I'm going to grab my ink and I'm going to do like a light inking. I don't need this particular inking to be very dark. I just want to see the outline of the image. So if all of the little nooks and crannies of the stamp are not covered, it's okay. Next, I'm going to stamp down the images. And when I pick up the door, I'm going to take a look and see that if everybody is in the center. So the bunny is great. The hedgehog looks pretty good. Turtle is great. The bee is great. The flamingo actually could go a little bit, but it's still within the well, pretty well lined up. And then here the octopus is great too. So I'll just show you. See how these are stamped inside the well? Okay, so I know that my stamps are in the correct place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these little die cuts and I'm going to place them back in these wells, just like little puzzle pieces. Now that I have all of my little die cuts back in their wells, I'm going to take my ink again. This time I'm going to ink these up, quote, for real, because I do want to get some nice stamped images on those die cuts. Okay, that looks pretty good. When you're using red rubber, it doesn't cling to the paper and pull it up, but if you're using the clear stamps, if your little die cut comes up with the stamp and is either stuck on the stamp or just comes up out of the well, just place it right back in and everything will be great. I'm going to go ahead and ink this up again. Okay, all of my images are stamped and they look fantastic. Okay, so I'm just going to lift both layers of cardstock up out of the MISTI, and then I can just plop out my little cardstock pieces here, and now I have everything stamped and ready to go. Okay, so then it's up to you whether or not you want to do anything with these in particular and save this as well. You could either save them or you could toss them. So the last part of our tip today is to grab a sticky note, and we're going to have it where the sticky side is up facing you, and then we're just going to place one of our images right there on top of that little sticky part. Okay, and a lot of times you can do more than one, just like that. Okay, and the benefit of this is you can hold on to this paper here and color your images. The sticky note just kind of helps keep them in place. You also could use a sticky mat, which is generally what I usually do when I'm ink blending, but when I'm coloring, I kind of just like to flip it around and do what I need to do. Okay, so then when you're done coloring, now you have a great little image. Now remember, I said that I could have moved my flamingo over just a little bit and I chose not to do it, but you can see here, like this bunny is perfectly in the center. So if your die cuts are just slightly off, it's okay if you want to leave it like that. I probably would have fixed it, but I just wanted you to get the gist of the technique. I hope you enjoyed this technique of how to die cut, then stamp, then color your images. This will make things a whole lot easier the next time you want to make some handmade joy for everyday moments. Hello, crafty friends. Thanks for making it to the end with me. I'm so glad you were here to share in the crafty fun. Here are a couple more videos that I think you might find inspiring. And don't forget to like, comment below, and subscribe. So until I see you in the next video, have a great day, and as always, happy crafting.